This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm having a sweaty summer. How you doing this week?
It's a hot one today.
Ooh, it's a scorcher.
We're recording during the day.
We're recording during a heat wave.
Yeah, we're outside and on the beach. It's dangerous. They've told everybody to get off the beach.
I haven't been to the beach this year.
Oh, you have to go back to the beach.
Yeah, like a Net Funicello.
Yeah, and Frankie Fonzarelli?
No.
Frankie
Avalon? Was that Frankie
Avalon? Yeah.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Man, if Frankie Avalon and the Fonz were brothers, man, what a house to grow up in that would be. I don't know anything about Frankie Avalon. Before we go down this road, I'm not going to have any references.
Before I put too much effort into writing this fan fiction, maybe I should learn a little bit about
That's
Frankie.
If they teamed up in I guess the Fonz wasn't really in the 50s. He was in the 70s, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
No, but they couldn't put them in the same. I was going to say they were that would be a team up Deadpool and the Wolverine.
Right. But they could have the Stranger kids meet
Stranger Things kids?
Yeah, Stranger Things kids.
It's just a show about strange kids.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a different show I watch. It's on public access.
It's about weirdos.
No,
people bring their weird kids.
They could have the Stranger Things kids cross over with Ghostbusters, and it'd be oh yeah, these were taking place during the same time.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, that movie wouldn't fly right now.
Right? Why not?
The Fonz and
the
Frankie
Fonz.
Avalon.
I thought the Ghostbusters Stranger Things.
I was gonna say it was that would have been if that was the movie in the cinemas in 1962. Right. Everybody would have gone gaga.
But nobody would have known who the Fonz was.
Yeah.
Yet.
The Fonz was but a wee lad.
Yeah, it would be a little kid. Mm-hmm. Why'd they make this movie? There's Frankie Avalon and this little kid called the Fonz. Kid Fonz.
Man, Henry Winkler. Yeah. Beloved.
Yeah, seems like a nice guy. Yeah. Good actor. Fun to watch.
The only guy he doesn't like. Tom Hanks.
He doesn't like Tom Hanks. Why is that?
And Tom Hanks doesn't like him.
Oh, why is that?
We've discussed this, right?
Have we?
The feud?
I don't know.
He was supposed to, I believe it was direct Turner and Hooch.
I see.
And Tom Hanks had him removed from the director's chair.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh. And who did you put in there, Hooch?
A dog directed a film, Tom.
A dog was a cop in the movie, I think?
Yeah, but they have dog cops.
Yeah. Why don't they have dog movie directors?
I don't know, man. It must be a union thing.
This is kind of apropos of nothing except for things that cross over unexpectedly. I got this new-ish, I think it came out a couple of years ago, Terminator game, video game.
Video game.
And what I never realized, but they allude to in the game, is in Terminator, it's always, Judgment Day. Judgment Day is coming. What these game developers realized, I think, is that when Judgment Day was supposed to happen was when Woodstock 2 was happening, actually.
Wait, Woodstock 94?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
Or Woodstock 99.
I don't know, because it was in 97, so maybe it wasn't Woodstock. Maybe I thought there was a reference that there wasn't. I thought they had maybe figured out, oh yeah, and there's references.
Well, maybe there's something to be done on the 28th anniversary of Woodstock as well. What were the references you saw? That you imagined?
It was like an older guy, talking about oh yeah, I remember where I was Judgment Day. I was in the mosh pit at a festival in the mud. I thought it was a Woodstock 99, but I think Judgment Day happened in 97, so hard to say.
Well, I'm sorry to poke holes in your theory in real time.
Yeah, it ruined it.
Make you look like a buffoon.
Really, yeah.
This is quite embarrassing for you, isn't it?
Literally and cyberly.
Cyberly?
Yeah, because in the game. Because I said to the guy in the game.
And anybody listening to this is listening in cyberspace.
That's true. They have to enter
Welcome,
cyberspace.
Fellow travelers on the information superhighway.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to log in today.
Tom, I think we should jump into it.
Okay. Hey,
like,
let's
this is
ski jump into it.
Wrong Olympics, Tom.
Let's water ski into it.
I don't think that's a sport in the Olympics. It should be, though.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone water skiing?
No, I've never gone water skiing. I'd like to.
I went once.
I don't think I was ever allowed.
I wasn't allowed to for a while.
Yeah.
It honestly didn't come up a lot.
No, me neither. I think it was like it came up once during my childhood.
And I went back, Tom, to the site of my water skiing adventure a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
It was at like a family resort.
Speaking of the Fonz, did you jump over a shark while you were
No, I
there?
couldn't even like stand all the way up. I just kind of like it was
squatted kind of.
Yeah, I like
got
it. Like looked like this guy had pooped his pants while
People
water
were
skiing.
yelling it from the beach.
Yeah. But hey, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Harp
like
on it.
same thing when you're like learning to surf, you gotta like stay low until you get better with your balance. Anyway, I don't think we said what this...
the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris, France.
Paris!
You don't like France, do you?
I do like France. I went to France.
You're so mean about the French.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Because they're rude?
Yeah, and they talk funny.
Did you were in France recently, right?
Yeah.
I was in France a few years ago, in Paris a few years ago. Did you see, like... So many people actually just walk down the street with a baguette sticking out of a bag all the time.
No, I saw so many stereotypes that I was like, this is insane because people come to America and have these ideas like, oh, everybody's going to be riding horses and shooting guns. And then they're in New York and they're like, wait, this isn't what I was led to believe it's like. But in Paris, it was like, oh, I get off the plane and like a mime put a wall up in front of me.
Yeah. So, hey, we're a pro-Paris podcast.
We're pro-Paris on this spot. I did like Paris a lot. Like, I did think it was a beautiful city.
And I didn't think anyone was a dick to me the whole time.
No.
The only person who was a dick to me was a friend of ours that we tried to go meet.
Yeah, nobody was really a dick to me either. Like, and I don't know if it's just because, like, we're from New York and it's just like, when you interact with people, sometimes they're, at a business or whatever, or just a stranger you need to move past. Sometimes they're unexpectedly real shitty for no reason. And you just kind of like, you can't dwell on that.
It rolls off your back.
Like you might ask somebody, excuse me, can I just get through? And they'll be like, fuck you, I'll kill you. And they're like, all right. Thank you.
Calm down, man. Yeah.
Like, but you still move, so I appreciate it.
It's not going to ruin my day or anything. Yeah. It's not worth remarking on to anybody, that's for sure.
Yeah, I had like one waiter who was like kind of being rude, and I kind of thought it was funny. I was like, look, it's a rude French waiter. Way to lean into the stereotype, pal.
Yeah, they might have been rude to me. I don't know. I don't care if people are rude to me.
I don't... Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really care if strangers, like complete strangers, are rude to me. I don't want my friends and family being rude to me.
No, but like, I don't know. Why would they be?
Yeah.
Unless they're mad at you. A lot of your friends are mad at you all the time.
Yeah, I think I'm just used to everybody being rude.
We talk about it a lot.
So yeah, we're pro Paris. I still don't understand though why any city ever wants the Olympics.
No. This was the Olympic Games.
This was going to be the last one.
No, this was the one that Boston was heavily throwing their hat in the ring for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Years ago.
Yeah. Because they decided, like 12, 16 years in advance?
Yeah, they do it. Because like you have to like
build stadiums,
build infrastructure and stuff, and like it's not always the infrastructure that a city needs, it's the infrastructure that like big sporting events need,
right?
And there was such outcry in Boston that they're like, okay, we'll withdraw our bid.
Oh, because people were I mean, I'm imagining if New York put in a bid, everybody here would be like, were you crazy? Like, we got enough stuff we got to take care of. We don't need the Olympics here too, and there's enough people and everything. Yeah. But LA's doing it next.
Rugby stadium, but they got sprawl.
That's true. But there's
no public transportation infrastructure.
So there's just going to be even more traffic because, people are going to be going to all the different stadiums and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think anything you do, you just bring that many additional people into your city all at once. It's
But I'm glad they do it, Tom, because
me too.
I myself have Olympic fever. Do you have Olympic fever?
I don't necessarily have Olympic fever.
You've been watching the Olympic fever,
but I've been
Olympic events.
I've been watching other people have Olympic fever. So I have secondhand Olympic
watching
fever.
from your window as people cheer on Katie Ledecky and Simone Biles.
Oh yeah, get excited about her. Yeah, all right, jump up from your couch.
She must be swimming really fast. I wouldn't know. I'm not watching, but I'm watching someone get really excited who's watching it.
We signed up to Peacock for the month.
Tom, Peacock subs must be up 1,000,000%. And I gotta say, it's not an ad because nobody advertises on our show anymore.
No, we get scams.
Oh, yeah, scams too. Mystery boxes. Peacock's doing a bang-up job.
Yeah, they are.
It's all at my fingertips.
Yeah, so a couple of things about the Peacock thing. First off,
Peacock is a streaming service.
Yeah, an NBC-focused streaming service. That has NBC's had the Olympics for a long time in America.
I think our entire lifetime.
Yeah,
they've always had those Olympic rings like on the corner
logo.
of like Seinfeld and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm watching must-see TV, and I'm thinking about the Olympic Games.
Yeah, so NBC has just kind of always had the Olympics, and now because they have Peacock, their streaming service, that's where you can watch the Olympics through. But it is surprisingly good because they have like a multi-view thing where you can watch like 4 sports at once, and then when you like move the cursor, you get sound on them, but then if you click, the whole thing comes up.
And we've had picture-in-picture for years,
yeah,
but they're utilizing the space well.
Yeah.
And our TVs are bigger than they were.
Yeah. And it's like an you just click a thing. You don't have to pick the sport. Yeah. I don't know if you even can.
No, it tells you. It tells you what you want to watch.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're right.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it in those 4 screens, you go to another screen.
Yeah, there's still more screens to look
There's
at.
a lot of screens on Peacock, and I appreciate that.
They wisely, I guess, stopped doing like free trials of Peacock a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But even still, because we looked into it and it found something that explained like, don't bother getting anything except the basic Peacock because there are ads no matter what level you're at.
Yeah.
And you don't need to download the Olympics to watch it offline probably. So yeah, I don't know. It was $8 and it's like, we could just get the antenna out, but it's worth it.
We had Peacock in my household previously.
Yeah.
For, I don't even remember what we were watching.
The Office over and over. That's what their business model was built on.
No, it was, I think, Poker Face, but that was like 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something, but it ended like a couple months ago. And I was like, well, I'm not going to cancel because a few short months it's going to be the Olympics.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go through that hassle of signing back up.
And that app just gathered dust on my homepage. Man. And but now, I'm getting more than my money's worth.
Yeah.
So, thank you, NBC Universal.
I've been mostly just...
Thank them.
Thank you, NBC Universal. I've been mostly just watching like the primetime roundups.
Yeah.
Because I mostly just have the TV on at night.
Yeah, this is the one flaw with the Olympics in general. They should... They should
according
cater
to America time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, not even all of America.
Don't put stuff on while I'm at work in the middle of the day.
How the hell am I supposed to watch that stuff?
No, start everything at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
It's between 6 and 11.
Yeah. I think
or all night. That'd be nice. They should do nocturnal Olympic games.
That'd be cool. Night Olympics.
Yeah, and even like when they're like inside in a pool, turn off the lights, put on some black lights.
Oh yeah,
and put something in the water.
What do you mean?
To like make it glow a little bit.
I thought you meant like LSD or something.
That too. Hey, that'll give a whole new meaning to freestyle. I think we'll see some interesting new strokes.
Some new kinds of swimming people will come up with. I remember the Olympics that happened. The Summer Olympics in China, I think. Mm-hmm. That was when I was in Asia for friend of the show Sergio and Chisa's wedding. Mm-hmm. And I remember that being real weird because that was in Olympics where it was like, oh, all these events happen in the middle of the night. And then I remember being at like a restaurant and being like, huh, I guess they put them on during the day here. And I was like, oh, right. Right. Interesting.
Time zones. I'm against them.
Yeah. I mean,
I think everybody should run on Eastern Standard Time.
When it comes to the Olympics, Tim, I'm kind of with you. It'd be a lot easier.
Everybody should go to work when I go to work.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite events so far?
I have some. Can I just say one more rule for the Olympic Committee if they're listening?
Sure.
Go back to putting the Winter and Summer Olympics in the same year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that makes it special. You could be like, it's an Olympic year.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Now it's every other year is an Olympic year, but it's only half the Olympics.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I think that's fine. I think it's probably a lot of work to do both of them in the same year otherwise.
Yeah, well, then you get 3 years off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of times.
These Olympic committee guys, they're not thinking with their heads.
After the Olympics are over, they could sleep for a year and they'd still have plenty of time.
Yeah.
To
be
plan
like,
the next Olympics.
Figure out where's cold enough to have the Winter Olympics.
That's always first order of business.
What's going to be cold enough to have snow on the mountains?
Yeah. And then we got to make sure the Summer Olympics, it's warm there. It's got to be warm. We can't have it somewhere cold. Guys, we did that one year and didn't go well. I don't think they ever did that. They should try it, though.
Winter Olympics where it's warm?
Yeah, and Summer Olympics where it's cold.
They got to take like the polar bear plunge when they do the 400 meters.
Nah, just like bad conditions. Bad conditions for all the sports.
Wouldn't it be cool though, Tom? Like we're enjoying these sports right now. But imagine a few months ago we saw some bobsledding and then we're seeing swimming now. All within the span of,
I don't know.
couple months.
I mean, honestly, anything that's like happened more than 6 months ago, I no longer have the ability to tell how long ago it was. Like things could have been 6 months ago. It could have been 3 years ago. And in my head, it's like,
so you have a baby brain, so you don't care what the Olympics do.
I do care. I want them to keep it the way it is. I like it every 2 years.
All right. To answer your question, Tom, what's my favorite event?
Yeah.
All of them.
Wow.
I'll get engrossed in anything, but here's another rule for the Olympic Committee. Don't show me any sports that I could watch in a regular league. Like basketball? Basketball, baseball. Get out of here. I don't want that.
Baseball? Oh, yeah. I guess I always forget that there is Olympics baseball.
I can watch baseball games here.
Yeah. Are those college athletes for like competing?
Probably.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't think like minor leagues are still professional.
Yeah.
So I would think you wouldn't be able to play.
Well, no. I mean, that's never been a thing. Like the basketball team is full of NBA stars.
Yeah, but I thought that was like a change they just made for basketball.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I guess you don't have other big like American team sports. There's no American football. There's no
also like stuff like tennis or like golf.
Yeah.
It's like we got all that. We got that. Like there's all these international sports? No, there's just international competitions. I mean, I guess there is all of this. I just don't pay attention to any of it.
Yeah, and it's fine. It doesn't cost you anything.
It does a little bit, though. It's like an opportunity cost. It makes it less exciting.
When normal things are happening?
I think everything should stop, and like all of these sports should stop. Mm-hmm. And once every 4 years, it's a sports year. And it's like, this is the only time you can see people swim. This is the only time you can see people ski.
Cancel all their other competitions.
Yeah.
Wow. That would probably make the athletes very nervous that they would only be able to compete every 4 years.
That's the stakes.
Wow.
Now you're adding stakes, and there's drama, and then you can get rid of all the human interest stories because the drama is inherent in the sport.
Right. It will be every race, every event. Multiple people will be having nervous breakdowns when they lose.
Not only is it like, oh, if they, will they win this event? It's like they won't get a chance to win any other events for another 4 years in any way.
This is it. They've spent the last 4 years not competing, and they'll spend the next 4 years.
Wouldn't that make it so exciting?
It all comes down to this for like 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
Or I guess 100-meter dash.
And they'd have to enforce it if they found anybody participating in these sports in an off year.
Even just like pickup games?
Yeah, no.
Wow. Hard to practice.
I know. I mean, you get like a 2-month grace period to
right before the Olympics.
Yeah, to shake the rust off.
Okay. Yeah, I do think what was I watching? It was some sport. Maybe it was just soccer, and I did kind of have that thought of like, yeah, there's enough soccer. Like, there doesn't need to be Olympic soccer.
There's a World Cup. There's like a Euro Cup and an America's Cup. There's it's like we've seen all these guys play each other.
And then there are obviously like leagues that people play within. There's a lot of soccer.
Yeah,
but I guess it's like if you're an athlete, you still want an Olympic medal.
Yeah,
that's just a cool thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
These Olympic medals, Tim, have a little bit of Eiffel Tower in them.
They say that, but like, where are they getting this piece of the Eiffel Tower?
Hopefully from the top. Hopefully not from the bottom.
Yeah.
I thought that they must replace pieces of the Eiffel Tower.
But like, how much are we talking about? Like, did they just take off a chunk like the size of a pebble and then like slice a little?
They said no. I think it's like 2 ounces of the metal.
That does nothing for me.
I would guess those metals probably weigh like a pound or two.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, 10% of it is made out of Eiffel. 10%? Yeah.
No, that's too much.
It's dangerous.
For the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, but it's iron. Iron's heavy.
No, I think there's like, remember when like Kiss put their blood into the red ink in their comic book?
I
think it's like that. There's a big thing, and there's just like a little drop of Peter Criss's blood in there.
I think it was all their blood, wasn't it?
I know, but like I was just using him as an example. Yeah, okay. Ace Frehley.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't want a comic that just has Ace Frehley's blood
Johnny
in
Kiss
it.
A Lot. What's the other guy's name? Johnny Kiss A Lot?
I don't know. Johnny Kiss A Lot.
That's where they got the name.
Who?
Kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. From Johnny Kiss A Lot. The drummer?
Nah, I think that was Peter Criss.
He's the bassist then?
No, that's, what's his name? The
Ace
real
Frehley?
jerk. No, why can't I think of his name?
Gene
Simmons, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's out there with the bass.
Yeah, he is out there with the bass. with the makeup on his face.
Oh, the guy that wears the
costumes.
makeup.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of a different rock band named Kiss, I think.
I was watching some BMX racing yesterday, Tom.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Were they doing it like in the woods or
no,
like a city?
they did it on a track.
Oh.
But like there was bumps and stuff on a track.
I mean, you just made motions with your hand implying there were loop-de-loops and twists, but
you know what I mean.
Yeah. It was just so kind of like Excite Bike.
Yeah, it's like an Excite Bike.
But real.
Wait, was Excite Bike? I feel like they had like little motors in them.
What do you mean?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't motorized bikes. These are BMX.
Like
you got to pedal
bikes.
these. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like a dirt bike track.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. I watched skateboarding the other day.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
It's crazy. I only saw the women's skateboarding, but like...
Oh, you only saw the women's skateboarding?
Yeah.
Because it's inferior?
Why would I?
It's only the women.
No, I'm saying
I didn't see the real one. I only saw the women.
That wasn't the way I was saying it, Tim. I was saying it to say I don't know if this is the case with the men's, but the women's, like the top 3 women skateboarders were like 12 years old.
I mean, that is the depressing fact. Like they were talking to Simone Biles. I know she's gymnastics. She's
right.
But they're like, she's 27.
Mm-hmm. Which is like ancient.
Yeah, and like it was kind of rude. I guess you can say this when it's like, she's one of the most decorated athletes. So she's like, just goes to show that age doesn't matter, that even somebody very old and like she was like smiling and was like, yup, that's what this shows. It's like 20, like somebody a decade and a half younger than us is older than dirt, and you have to be the best person in the world at it for them to even pay attention to you.
Yeah, look at that. Even at 27, there are reasons to live.
So you were watching a bunch of preteen girls skateboard on television.
Actually, no, I'm exaggerating. I think they were like 14. But I mean, still, like, very young. Like, they look like kids.
Skateboarding has always been weird because, like, 30 years ago, Tony Hawk was like, oh, yeah, we love Tony Hawk, right? Yeah. Like, you and I were like... And then it's like... Well, surely he must be like 90 now. He's like a year older than us.
Yeah, because you realize like, oh, he wasn't
an 43-year-old Tony Hawk.
You realize like, oh, he wasn't like an adult back then when he was famous. I mean, he was, but like barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that these girls are like the top of just because it's like. Skateboarding is a sport where you have to fall and get up a lot. And like, who can do that better than young people?
Yeah. Wolverine and Deadpool, as I learned last week from you.
The Wolverine and Deadpool.
See, I am listening.
They could also do it, Tim. But I assume that's like, must be a big thing that it comes down to.
Yeah. Resilience like, and...
That's like, is it because they're like small? Is it because they're light? Does that make... skateboarding easier or
maybe
it's just weird because they all like everybody in the competition seemed like very young.
I mean that's kind of across the board with all these Olympians except with that one time when Gina Davis got to play archery.
I don't think she got in the Olympics.
Well, she came close.
And it's not playing archery.
One along those lines. One we'll get focused after the break. One thing that surprised me, I didn't realize this was an Olympic sport, putting your hand in your pocket and shooting a handgun.
Not even, it's an air pistol. Just, like a BB gun, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into. I've got some stuff to say about that.
USA
kind of
isn't top marks on that one.
Look, Tim, that's the contest of accuracy, not quantity. That's what the U.S. Specializes in. Did you see any of the opening ceremonies?
I did. Yeah. I was a little disappointed that Mr. Bean wasn't there.
You thought he was just an Olympics thing?
Yeah. What was that? What year was the London Olympics?
London Olympics? I want to say that was 8 years ago, probably.
No, it was more than
12 years ago, maybe then?
Yeah. I just remember.
It wasn't the last one.
2012.
Okay,
12 years ago.
So what was that, 2 years ago?
What?
Yeah, it was disappointed Mr. Bean wasn't in it. I was kind of confused that Lady Gaga was like the big performer because she's American.
Yeah.
Last I checked. She might have been singing in French, but she didn't fool me.
She's Italian-American at that.
Yeah, exactly. I say, hey, I know this lady. She's American. I've seen her around in America.
Yeah.
She's singing French.
She sang like the Can or something, or like
ShopRite. She sang the ShopRite version.
There was a lot of Can going on, right? Because then there were other people doing the Can.
They did. I mean, and this is what is kind of fun about the opening ceremonies. I think that like a lot of countries seem like they get to the point where they're like, "Fuck it, just do what people think we are," and. Yeah, all right, call Mr. Bean and see if he can come down here tonight.
And then, Tom, Miss Celine Dion.
Yeah, who's French Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? But not
French
Canadian. Well, I don't know. That doesn't get you anything, I don't think.
Not in France. They're probably like...
No, that's what I've always heard, that like French people hate the way French Canadians speak French.
Right.
That it sounds like just fucked up to them. And they're like, how dare you speak French this way? I mean, the French are real crazy about their language.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't speak it.
I went on a tour where they were explaining that there's like some procedure to add words to the to French every year, and they all have to vote because they don't want foreign words like taking over. So as new things come out, they like have a council that comes together and they're like, yeah, all right, everybody calls these things computers, but we need a French word for it. And that's what they do. They come up with to save the French language, Tim.
Okay.
And
These
it
are
worked.
things that people are concerned with. God bless them.
All right, Tim, let's talk about some of the sports. That's what the Olympics are all about, I've been led to believe.
The Olympics are about sports, Tom.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, sports fans.
A lot of sports fans. All right, well, you convinced me. I got to check out these Olympics.
Well, they won't have to take our word for it once the Olympics are the only place you could see sports.
Right, once every 4 years.
Yeah.
Tim, there... from what I could see, there are like some added events that are, new this year of like, oh, we usually do the race this way, but now we're going to add this, it's going to be a little longer. We're going to do
Oh, really? I haven't noticed this.
Things like that. I mean, like
you got to run on your hands instead of your feet.
There's a handful of like additional like events within a sport that they added.
Oh, really?
Like competitions.
You got any examples?
I'm
sorry. I thought maybe you did. If you don't, I wasn't trying to put you on the
No,
spot.
here, I do have one.
I was trying to set you up.
I have two good examples for you. Kayak cross. This marks the first time at an Olympics that canoe slalom features an event in which athletes raced against each other, not just the clock, which is fun. I mean, yeah, throw them all in there. Have you watched any of the kayak stuff?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Cool. They like created like
a concrete river.
Yeah,
concrete rapids that look kind of terrifying. But yeah,
and it looks like everybody's doing a bad job.
It looks like nobody's able to do what...
I didn't have my bearings, right? Because I just turned it on in the middle, and I was like, ooh, this guy's really embarrassing himself. And then they were like, a new world record. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to do that good.
It looked like when like people can't get up the treadmill on American Gladiators, like oh,
the whole time.
Like these people, like this looks like probably completely different than they're ever used to. And that's why they're having such a hard time. But no, apparently that's just how it looks
sport,
when you're elite. I think it's because like if you put a regular person in there, they just instantly drown. So it's like, this person might not look like they're doing a good job, but they're staying alive and crossing the finish line. Another one, artistic swimming. I believe this is the first year men are competing in art, that there's like a men's category.
What is artistic swimming now?
That's just like synchronized swimming. That's like the
that was a
blanket
big
term for it, because there's duets and then teams, I believe.
Right. That was a big joke on Saturday Night Live in the 80s, right?
Oh, just the idea of men's synchronized swimming. Yeah.
Because it's a real feminine thing to do.
Which is weird because it's just, it's water dancing basically, and there are men dancers.
Yeah.
I think it's because
in the 80s, men doing a lot of things was a little suspect to them.
Well, I think also, but I guess this applies to men too, that I think a lot of synchronized swimming, it's, people like seeing them gams sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
But, men can have nice gams too.
Hey, I know a lot of men with nice gams. Myself, for example.
I could sit here and list easily 200 men with nice legs for you. No problem. In fact, I've already done it.
Top of the list, me. Tim.
Wow.
Yeah. I got the nicest legs in the biz. Tom, while we're talking about synchronized things.
Okay. Yeah.
You watch any of the synchronized diving?
Yes, I watched some of that last night. That's fun too.
Sometimes they're so good at it that it just looks like one guy diving.
Yeah, because they film it in profile.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, oh, they screwed up. The other guy forgot to jump.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Not only did he not forget to jump, man, that must be so nerve-wracking. The two of them like, right, ready? Go.
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking they must have like, essentially like metronomes in there. They must be counting off like, okay, now 1, 2, 3 legs, 1, 2, 3 arms up, like, and diving.
Yeah. Hey,
they should mic them up, see if they're saying stuff like that.
I don't think they...
1, 2, 3.
No, also they're falling so fast
Yeah.
that they probably just like, gotta do this.
Have you ever done a high dive?
No.
Yeah.
You know what I've never done, Tom?
What's that?
Dove.
Oh yeah, I
can't dive.
I'm gonna teach you.
I know how to do it. I just
No,
my brain won't let me do it.
Well, I'll get your brain there, Tim. I think.
I don't want you meddling with my brain anyway. I'm sorry. You're a great friend.
Next weekend we're going away. Us and friends staying at like a house. Doesn't the house have a pool?
I think it does.
Tim, I'm going to teach you how to dive if there's a pool.
Okay. In the deep end.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to dive in the deep end.
Yeah. I think that's part of me, like, just hearing about people, drunken, like, frat guys diving into the shallow end and, like, having something horrible happen.
Yeah.
And, like, being warned against that so many times in my life that, like, my brain is just like, hey, how about you just never dive? Then that'll never come up.
Yeah.
Shallow or deep?
I can do it. I can dive in
You can do a shallow
water.
Dive?
I can.
Yeah. You're a lifeguard. You had to know how to do that.
Yeah.
You were a lifeguard.
I'm sure I still got it. But it's just learn. But I mean, still, it's not a good idea. Like I don't make a habit out of diving into shallow water just because I can do it if I need to, Tim.
Yeah. Hey,
it's
I'd
an
love
ability
to learn how to dive, Tom.
What?
I'd love to learn how to dive.
Well,
I'll
Tim,
be wearing a
teach ya.
wetsuit at the time.
Yeah, of course, Tim.
Another thing, I don't like to get wet.
I'll be wearing a full dry suit.
Huh?
I don't like to get. I mean, if you wear a wetsuit, Tim, you're gonna get soaked.
It's right in the name.
From what I could find, one new sport, like entirely new sport. I think maybe it had been like an exhibition or whatever, 1 or 2 Olympics past. But breaking, aka breakdancing.
Oh yeah.
B-boys and B-girls.
You know what? I was visiting the in-laws last weekend.
And they wouldn't stop talking about it.
A lot of like.
Did you hear breakdancings in the Olympics?
It was pretty much like rolling their eyes at it. And it's just like, how is this different than gymnastics?
Yeah, were they like, oh, it's too newfangled for us?
I mean, actually, no, we were at our in-laws' house, but it was someone our age that was confused about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't want to throw my in-laws under the bus.
Yeah.
They're very open to it. I think neither of them commented on it. Tom, I'd like to walk back my last statement.
I'll allow it.
In case all of these people who never ever listen to this podcast happen to listen to the podcast.
With breakdancing, the B-girls and B-boys don't know the music ahead of time. They must improvise their moves to the beat.
Wow.
This happens, I think, a week from now. It's going to start. I definitely want to watch this.
August 9th, yeah, a week from today as of recording. Tom, the other thing that's a bummer, I think the Olympic Committee is listening. All the events should happen the whole time at the Olympics. I don't like where it's like, oh, the swimming's over now. It's
I mean, I guess they have to do it that way. But
I know, but it's also like...
Just keep them going. Do more contests.
I just don't like when, like... This all comes down to, I like live TV.
Right.
I love live TV.
And you don't like things when things end.
Yeah, I don't like when things end.
Yeah.
Keep the party going.
Yeah. But you're the guy saying make the Olympics every 4 years again.
I know, and that's how you ensure it's a great party.
I think that just puts even more pressure on it.
Yeah, that's okay. You need pressure
some of the best parties are the result of massive amounts of pressure.
Coach K, right? You got to put pressure on them.
He didn't coach parties.
Coach sports. We're talking about sports.
This has nothing to do with sports, Tim. This is not parties. Nah. But this is the second Olympics for a few events. Skateboarding, which we already mentioned. 3-on-3 basketball. Half-court basketball is an Olympics event now.
Did you watch any of that? Have you watched any of that?
I haven't.
They just have a half court.
Yeah.
They don't even, yeah.
And like, are the games higher scoring?
Yeah, it's like really
faster
fast.
pace?
It's really fast paced.
Yeah.
I watched 3 minutes of it last night while I was falling asleep. This is a great thing to fall asleep on the couch too, by the way.
Yeah.
but it seemed like maybe
a great thing to fall asleep. Hey, if you've been looking for something to put on the television while you fall asleep,
a lot of people are.
Yeah. So it's a sad state of the world.
But wouldn't it be great if you could do that and know that this was happening right at the moment and you weren't watching a replay?
Yeah. If you stay up late enough, it can.
There's another thing about watching a replay of a sporting event. It's just like, I could just read what happened. You know what I mean? Like, part of it is like, how am I going to get emotionally invested in this knowing that, like, everybody else knows what happened but me?
Yeah. One night we turned it on and didn't realize that we were watching the replay from the day before. And I was like, I guess these people won in different events for today. After like 5 minutes, we realized we're not complete idiots. But that did cause us to check that the carbon monoxide detector was working in the apartment. This is also the second Olympics, Tim, for sport climbing.
Sport climbing,
which is just rock climbing.
Oh, that's cool.
But not, rocks.
I haven't seen
the
that.
Walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's happening yet. And the second Olympics for surfing. Have you watched any of the surfing, Tim?
I have, and
controversial because it's taking place halfway around the world.
Yeah, well, this is where I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's in French Polynesia. Though.
Yeah, Tahiti, yeah.
Yeah, so it's,
Because, somebody told me, like, oh, it's happening in Tahiti. And I was like, oh, is that like an old French colony or something? And they were like, no. And then it's like, no, it's French Polynesia. I was right.
Yeah. Who said that? Who did you have that conversation with?
It didn't happen. I made it up.
Tom,
it did happen, but it happened in my head.
Tom, can I tell you, my day is constant hypothetical straw man arguments in my head, and I get so indignant and I get so worked up, and nobody's arguing with me. Nobody is challenging me in any way in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm just angry at these people I've invented in my head. And sometimes I'll attribute them to people I know, these opinions and these arguments. Yeah,
like, I bet this person would say this.
And they never have to me.
Right, yeah. They're probably people that are actually your friends, not people that spend 24 hours a day thinking, trying to be like, oh, the next time Tim tells me something, I'm going to be ready to come back at him.
And how dare, you know what, I have a personal insult to come back to them with. I saw a lot of people really upset because NBC was not putting on linear TV the live surfing because that was happening because of the timing. Like it was happening at a like prime time, U.S. time. And then I watched some of it. Did you watch any of the surfing?
No,
not the highlights.
I haven't watched any of the
it's
NBC.
It's great to watch in the highlights. The surfing. Yeah. But if you click into like the surf. It's just a bunch of people waiting for waves for like 15 minutes sometimes. And like you want your wave to come, you want the right wave. So it's cool to watch, but it's also like, watch the highlights.
Or watch it to fall asleep on the couch.
And that could be live.
I was reading about...
Did you see NBC has Colin Jost as their correspondent there?
This whole time I thought his name was Colin Jokes.
Well... You could be forgiven for thinking that because he tells jokes for a living.
Yeah, on S&L.
Yeah, on S&L.
I saw that he's their correspondent, which is kind of funny because they're doing the whole like, how come he gets sent there? It's like, it's NBC. Like, these are all NBC.
It's synergy, yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because I've thought about that a lot lately, especially with like the Deadpool Wolverine promotion, because it's like, I don't know. They were popping up on ABC constantly, on Good Morning America and Jimmy Kimmel and all these things. And I'm so used to...
It's so hard to find Ryan Reynolds anywhere.
I'm so used to like seeing Disney using ABC to like sell stuff that it's funny to see NBC do it because it's like, oh, the best idea they have is just like take some of the guys from SNL and have them to do stuff. Because the clip I saw was like Colin Jokes talking to Keenan and Kevin Hart. And I think Kevin Hart's got like something on
Kevin
NBC
Hart's
probably.
got a show on every network and every streaming service.
Yeah, like different game shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just kind of figured.
Kevin Hart's got a great deal.
What do you mean?
Because like everybody's like, yeah, I don't care that you're doing a million things for all of our competitors. Come do this thing. You don't have to put any effort into it.
Yeah.
He's like, cool,
that
I won't.
could be part
and
of
then
your
he does
thing.
It. Yeah.
Well, speaking of like people that do just will endorse anything and seemingly their stock keeps rising, Snoop Dogg is a like official correspondent of the NBC Olympics this year. He's all over the place in their coverage.
You went back and told your 1992 self that Snoop Dogg was going to be embraced by grandparents across the country.
Yeah.
Would you believe you?
Would I believe me?
Would your younger self? I guess this is like there's a lot of other things.
I think I'd probably be like, you have 30 seconds to tell me about the future.
Nobody said you only had 30 seconds.
Okay, well,
this could come up on day 11 of you going back and spending time with your younger self. It's like that Ryan Reynolds movie when he gets to go back in time and spend time with his younger self.
Okay, so it'd be that kind of situation, and we'd work through enough conversation that eventually get to me going, hey, Snoop Dogg is like a correspondent on the Olympics. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I think 11-year-old you would be like that guy that like
probably not.
Everybody's all freaking out.
If I told him about a lot of the other stuff that's happened lately, then he might not be so surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you told him about that first to try to
break
ease
the ice.
him into it? Yeah,
and he just started freaking out.
Yeah,
and I was like, I can't even tell him about all the other stuff. Can't even tell him about how cool PlayStation 5 is.
Imagine you could bring back a PlayStation 5 and show him. He'd throw out both of his TurboGrafx 16s.
You wouldn't be able to plug it into anything. The TV's it's the HDMI
bring
out.
The fucking TV with you too, Tom. This is what I'm allowing you to do.
Okay. So imagining 11-year-old me and a 43-year-old man shows up one day with a TV and a PlayStation 5. Sit down. Can you believe Snoop Dogg's going to be on the Olympics? This is a PlayStation 5. You're not going to believe it. This is TV. It's flat. But these are old now, so don't make a big deal about it.
Do you think Snoop Dogg's been doing a good job?
I think so. I think he's genuine in his Olympic fever.
Yeah. I do think NBC is using him as look at this idiot. Right?
Well,
can you believe he's sitting with that? He's just he's like a mascot in a way that it's we don't expect anything of him except
let's
guy's weird.
Let's see what trouble Snoop Dogg's gotten himself into today.
Exactly.
But he seems to enjoy the events and I'm sure it's fun as hell being a VIP in Paris right now. There are tons of other celebrities there. He's probably hanging out with and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, he wants to go see an event. He gets a front row seat to watch it. I'm sure
I think it's a great deal for Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Hey, let's hear it for Snoop Dogg.
We talked about Snoop Dogg. We talked about Colin jokes. Tim, I looked up what kind of events might be suitable for men like us. If we still have
beta males,
if we still have the Olympic spark in us.
Oh, right.
If we got a late stage Olympic spark.
I think I could play archery pretty well.
Oh, it's not playing. Well, but the first one, let's talk about the shooting, because you were talking about the Turkish guy that went viral.
Yeah,
for winning silver
for just showing up off the street in street clothes.
Well, it's because there had already been so much attention on the fact that the people shooting wear insane contraptions on their head.
Right.
Where I looked into it a little bit. That's one eye can have a blind, blinders you put on a horse.
Why don't you just close your eye?
That's what I was wondering, but you can have a blinder. It has to be it can be no bigger than a certain size.
Right.
Excuse me. So you put that in front of the one
I got
eye.
big eyes, though. That puts me at a disadvantage.
But you don't see out of like your whole eye. I don't think you do have
I got
necessarily
big
big
pupils.
eyes. Big pupils?
Yeah. My big
But
iris.
I mean, it would cover that.
You don't know.
I'm looking at your eyes, and I saw what
The
these
medical
are.
community is baffled. Every time I've gone to any kind of optometrist, this should have come up on the eyes episode.
Anytime I've gone to any kind of optometrist and said, "Hey, I'm here to get fitted for a blinder,"
They freak. We don't have anything in stock that can accommodate your eye size, sir. And actually, you're freaking all of us out. Can you please leave?
You're scaring other clients here. And then the other eye, they can wear, I guess, like a magnifying thing.
Really?
It seems like it, but I think there are a lot of restrictions about like how it works and what it does. Like it can't be
Can you wear
anything
glasses
electronic.
if you want to wear glasses?
I think so.
Like I gotta wear glasses. You can't have me. That's discrimination.
I think you could wear. I know you could wear glasses. I've seen people wearing glasses.
I think that Turkish guy.
Yeah,
wears
I think he was
glasses,
wearing glasses. But so people have been seeing all these pictures of these insane looking pistol shooters, and there was like a woman in particular, I believe Japanese, that like went viral because she just looks like a femme fatale, like villain from like somebody was.
I'm only going by a tweet I saw. I think that might have been a South Korean woman.
South Korea. I was gonna say Japanese or South Korean. And I like saw people saying, like being like, "Oh, this is so cyberpunk," like Hideki Kojima, and he's like put her in his next game.
I know the reference.
So all these things.
I don't know the reference.
Where the Metal Gear Solid guy.
Oh, cool! I know that game.
Yeah. And then this guy won silver and did not wear any of those contraptions and had his hand in his pocket seemingly the whole time.
Yeah.
And, just showed up and won silver. So people.
His shirt was wrinkled.
Yeah. So people love that juxtaposition of like, wow, I didn't know pistol shooting was so high tech and weird looking, followed by, oh yeah, but the guy who won second didn't do any of that bullshit. But yeah, pistol and air pistol, Tim, requires precision, control, and mental focus.
No. If you're talking about pitching what I could participate in.
But it doesn't require peak physical fitness.
Right, but focus was one of them?
Focusing on a
mental
target.
Focus?
Yeah, on a target.
I don't got that, Tom.
Well, what if you had one blinder on?
Well, I told you. They won't give it to me. It would do no good with my horse-sized eyes.
God, that'd be terrifying. The next one on the list, possibility, Tim, is similar. Archery emphasizes technique, steadiness, and concentration rather than physical strength.
And red hair.
Because of Brave, the movie?
Because of Gina Davis.
Does she have red hair?
What the fuck are you talking about? Does Gina Davis have red hair?
Yeah, I guess she does. She changes her hair for different roles.
Yeah.
Let
me see. Gina, let me duck go. Gina Davis hair color. Red.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
unequivocal red.
Okay, so yeah, if you have red hair, you can also do archery, I guess. But yeah, similar.
Wait, no, now healthyceleb.com is telling me hair color dark brown.
Yeah.
She often tends to dye her hair light brown and blonde.
Okay.
You're telling me this lady is not a redhead?
Yeah, that's red hair there in that instance.
Yeah. Well, that came from thehairstyler.com.
Well, I trust them more than what was the other one? Funny celebs?
Healthy celeb. Which I'm glad to hear that she's healthy.
Yeah, you don't want to not be listed on that site.
Gina Davis, top 5 celebrity for me.
Wow.
She's got the archery angle.
Uh-huh.
She's a really good actress.
Mm-hmm.
She's like she's got that
she did
organization
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island? Was she the Long Kiss Goodnight? Maybe. Who knows? a league of their own, Tom. She's a good baseball player.
She is a good baseball player.
She's an archer and a baseball player. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's got that thing where she's just like, cast women in more roles. And then she's like, how do you do that? Just change a man's name to a woman's name in the script. Mm-hmm. Hey.
And that's what those things make her your favorite actor.
She's cool.
Yeah.
She seems fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. I said top 5 celeb.
Oh, celebs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, all the things you're talking about are just, like, acting things.
I mean, everything informs your acting.
It's true. Wow, Tim. Have you been listening to Gina Davis's acting lessons on tape?
I've been studying with Juilliard professor.
Wow. Yeah, Gina Davis, whenever she's in a movie, it's fun. It's nice to see. Tim, next on the list here, although this, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a no-go for you. Equestrian events. Skills and expertise with horses can be more critical than age or physical fitness.
Yeah, dressage I could do.
But you'd have to, like, be friendly with a horse. I don't know
I'll
if
never
you could do
be
that.
friendly with a horse. Horses can smell my fear a mile away.
Sailing requires strategic thinking, technical skills, and experience where age is less of a barrier.
You know my experience with sailing. I was in one sailboat race and I shit the bed.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, these ones that I'm listing, it's like older people can compete, but they're given the edge because of experience. It's like, no, I need no experience and old. And then the last one that I found, which isn't a summer event, is curling. And it's like, oh yeah, that I get. Yeah,
that's another like
anyone can
not
do that.
Cracking under pressure situation, which I wouldn't be great at.
So do you think there's any Olympic event?
No, I mean I'd take that stone and I'd drop it on my toes because my hands would be so curling. Sweaty. Yeah,
right. I think they wear. No, I don't know if they wear gloves. Yeah.
They should bundle up. It's cold. Well, let's see what happens if we flip the summer and summer and winter Olympic.
People throwing rocks into a pool.
Yeah.
They go, oh well, guess now we know. Now we know why we do it in the winter.
Tom, who's your favorite Olympian of 2024? You got to pick one.
I don't know if I have one. I've liked watching Katie Ledecky. Ledecky, the swimmer. Mm-hmm. Just because she's like real good. I did watch some of Simone Biles. Like she's real good. Mm-hmm. I do think it's funny that, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like in America, like all the famous American Olympians are usually like, this person's not just an Olympian. They humiliate everyone else who competes against them. Like there's definitely a premium put on like not just winning, but like winning by an incredible margin, like making your competitors look like fools. Like that's the highest echelon you can reach.
You got to choose one, Tom.
Oh, I said Katie Ledecky.
You just learn her name, Tom.
Yeah. And then I said, and then maybe Simone Biles because I watched her last night.
You had to choose one.
I'll say Simone Biles because I saw her most recently.
Yeah, she's mine too. Tom, you shouldn't like her.
Why?
Do you know how tall she is?
Oh, yeah, she's a gymnast. I'm sure she's like 4'10".
4'8".
4'8"?
Yeah.
That's insane. No wonder.
As a man who's obsessed with height, you must be.
I'm not obsessed, but I think
you're Tom. You bring up height constantly.
But I think being like, is that unfair?
How is it unfair?
Because it's so much easier to flip around. If you're 4'8".
All right, so you're back in the Ledecky camp.
Back in the Ledecky camp.
For men's, Tom, I think we can all agree on Steven Nadrosic. The pommel horse guy.
Oh, I've heard about this, but I don't know anything about it.
You don't know him?
No.
He's bespectacled.
Oh, then, he's a nerd, yeah.
But then...
What? Oh,
he takes off his glasses.
And lets his hair down?
And goes on the pommel horse. It's less a she's all that and more of a Clark Kent to Superman.
Oh, so he needs glasses badly, I guess, but then doesn't need them when he's competing because that's all on feel.
Yeah, and so like he'll go on the pommel horse and he'll do all this stuff, and then he puts his arms up at the end,
He's
and everybody
facing the wrong way.
and then he walks and he gets all like tangled in the rings and like the uneven bars.
Right, and then somebody comes running over this glass. He's like, "Oh, thank you very much."
But he's got big, thick Clark Kent glasses.
Yeah, all right, I like that too. Then what's
and
his
he's
name?
Good. Steven Nedrosik.
Okay.
Nedorosik. Everybody just calls him the pommel horse guy because he's there. Yeah, everybody else is doing like all these different events. He's like, I do one thing. I'm the pommel horse.
Sir, we're doing the other events. Could you please stay off the pommel horse? No. Did you hear about this? I'm gonna do the plugs and then I'll say this. If you like the show, you can find out more at tcgte.com. You can find our social media links there, our subreddit, our Discord. You can follow me on social media at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at Gideon Yago.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/complete guide, where you can get books, a podcast, and more, a lot more. So much more would make you sick. This week we're starting a new book, Tim. And guess what? The squares upstairs aren't going to like it. It's the Anarchist Cookbook, Tim.
Shh, keep your voice down. We'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners can't read along.
Wow.
Because it's illegal for them to have it.
Wow. Not for us. We're legal because we're a podcast.
God bless America.
No, it's because we're a podcast. It has nothing to do with being an American. Patreon.com/complete guide, where you can find that if you're interested. If you're not, hey,
listen to the free thing.
Yeah.
And once in a while you hear an ad for a scam.
Did you hear about the Seine River? Seine?
Yeah.
Seine?
Yeah.
Filthy. Full of shit. Full of human shit.
Everything's full of shit.
This is like real full of shit, though. And I guess they spent like $1 billion creating like a reservoir for the shit to go in when everything over. It's just like here. It's like, when there's rain, there's like too much water for the system and they have to let all the sewage into the river. I don't know. They just like built another tank or something. But the Olympians swimming in the river have said like, nah, I've bumped into shit. It's gross in here. I hate it. I don't like it.
Who's swimming in the river?
The open swimming. That's like the outdoor swimming. They're doing, and I presume
I don't want to swim in shit, Tom.
I presume the triathletes will be doing it too.
That'd be a deal breaker. I'd be like, take your medal.
The thing is, they like test the water and they're like, look, it's fine. But these people, the swimmers, were like, yeah, no, they didn't test the water under the bridge. Under the bridge where there's, pylons and stuff gets stuck there. And we had to swim under the bridge and it was nasty.
Tom, I would barf.
Yeah. There was a guy that barfed 10 times while he was swimming.
Whoa. The level of the river rose from all the vomit.
Yeah. So, hey, don't swim in the Seine River.
Who's your favorite team at the Olympics?
Team USA, baby.
Fuck yeah. Get the fuck out of here if you think differently.
We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.